Hi, teacher.
Hello, Daniela. How are you?
I am okay. How are you?
Energized. I have a lot of things to do today.
Oh, yes, it's Monday.
Yes, Mondays are terrible for me. I have always a lot of things to do, but it's normal, so I'm used to that. So how are you? How are you feeling?
I am excited now.
Okay.
Yeah.
When is your flight?
Tomorrow
Tomorrow. What time?
at 3 o'clock.
3 p.m.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So, okay, so we need to discuss about class tomorrow, right?
Our classes are Wednesdays and Fridays, right?
That's true.
So Wednesday I will be in Bogota since 5 in the morning. So I will be able to have the class in the airport. So I don't have problems for have the classes.
Okay. Just in case, do you think you could have class earlier?
At what time?
I don't know. That's the thing. I'm going to be in another state tomorrow, and I will be in the hotel. And what time is it in Bogota? Is it like an hour? Is it the same time, or is it an hour earlier?
I don't know, but I remember that it's
what's the time?
1 hour. I think so.
Like Bolivia?
It's like from Bolivia. Bolivia now is I think that is 11, and in Bogota is 12. I think so. Yeah.
Oh, so it's later, right?
Yes, I think so. I don't know yet, but I can message you when I arrive to the airport, and you can see the time, and whatever, it doesn't matter to me the hour, because I can stay earlier or later. I will be in Bogota like all day, so you know.
Okay, perfect. Okay, that's good to know. I will let you know. Okay.
Okay.
I will let you know. Yes, because I knew that was going to be a time conflict. So, anyways, but that's good news. Finally, the time is there, so you have to take your flight. So let's have a nice trip. Okay.
Thank you. Yes.
Awesome. So today we're going to discuss grammar. Okay.
Okay.
So are you ready?
Yes.
So adjective clauses and review expansion. So what is this about? Example. This is a time when you can look back and feel good. So you have adjective clauses because you're going to do a description, but you need to know why are you using adjective clauses. So let's see. The grammar point that we're going to review is, did you recognize the adjective clauses that I just used? And as you can see, you have connectors. A WH, for example, when, you have that and that. But let's discuss this in detail. Are you ready?
Yes.
Adjective clauses, also called relative clauses, often begin with a relative pronoun. The relative pronoun can be the subject or object of the adjective clause. Is Talia Santos the reporter who broke the story? In this example, the relative pronoun who is the subject of the adjective clause.
Yes, she's the one that I worked with.
In this example, the relative pronoun that is the object of the adjective clause.
Okay. Any questions?
No.
No?
No, not yet.
Okay. Number 2.
1 second.
You can use the relative pronoun who or
Yes?
I didn't take the photo. I am taking the class with my cell phone, so yeah, no, it's okay.
Okay.
I am ready. Yeah.
We can use the relative pronouns who or that for a person.
Talia is the person who did the most to help me.
Or
Talia is the person that did the most to help me.
we sometimes use whom for a person when the relative pronoun is the object of the clause. Whom is very formal.
This year, the Most Valuable Player Award goes to an athlete whom we all admire.
And we talk about the use of who and that, correct?
Yes.
Okay, let's go for number 3.
We can use the relative pronouns that or which for a thing. I turned down the job offer that I got at Newsbeat. Or I turned down the job offer which I got at Newsbeat. That is more common than which in informal conversation.
Okay.
Mhm.
4.
We use where in adjective clauses that describe a place.
Is there some place where we can go for a few minutes?
The adjective clause, where we can go for a few minutes, describes some place.
Okay.
Mhm.
So we use where.
Okay.
Number 5.
We use when or that in adjective clauses that describe a time. It seems like it was just yesterday when you asked me to turn up the volume. Or, it seems like it was just yesterday that you asked me to turn up the volume.
Okay.
The adjective clause when you asked me to turn up the volume or that you asked me to turn up the volume describes yesterday.
Any questions?
No.
And 6.
In adjective clauses, we often leave out the object relative pronoun. We also leave out when or that in adjective clauses that describe a time. This is very common in informal conversation and writing. There's something I need to discuss with you.
It's hard to find a time we can talk.
We can't leave out where. That's the juice bar where Nick Crawford liked to go.
Okay. Any questions?
No.
Let's do some work. Now remember, all this information we have reviewed at some point.
Yes.
Okay, so we are doing pretty much a recap. Let me see. So adjective clauses, review, expansion. Complete each dialogue, choose the correct answer.
I can see.
Not yet?
Not yet.
There?
No.
Not yet, right?
No yet.
Let me see if it's me. Let me switch to another Wi-Fi. Give me just a
Okay.
second. Okay, I'm back. Let me see
Yeah.
the screen.
Okay. Now, yes, I can see.
All right, good. So complete each dialogue, choose the correct answer.
One, I can see. Now, yes. Why didn't you want to have lunch in the cafeteria? I wanted to go to a place where we can talk in private. What's wrong? Nothing wrong, but I need advice from someone who knows me really well. That's me. I know we are friends yesterday. Which I started at Newsline. We another news show. That I can refuse. Yes, where is to Chicago a place where?
Oops, I think everything moved. Give me just a second. So it said where. Number 2, who?
Yes.
And 3, where?
Yes.
Okay.
That number 4.
Sorry, my mouse has a lot of buttons, so
It's okay.
like I don't know.
Wait, it's the letters are very little here. One second.
Zoom in.
It's number 5. Is it's fine. Thank you. Place where? This is a time. When? I think so. Who? I don't know. The great job when you did. Maybe it's when. No relative pronoun. No, no relative pronoun. Yes.
Are you ready?
No, but that's fine.
Okay, let's see. All right. So
I see.
I know we've been friends since the day I started a newsline.
It's without.
Remember, it is, I mean, not where, but if we had as an option when the day, okay, but we don't have it, so no relative pronoun.
Okay.
Okay, let's try another set. Now this one is different. Complete each dialogue, change the phrases in parentheses into relative clause and type it into the correct blank. Add a relative pronoun or when or where. Let's see.
Hi, I am Amy. You must be Josh's new roommate, right? I am Colby. Nice to meet you. Are you a friend? Are you the friend who? That? No, who? Yes. What did you ask the town?
And we need to add everything, right? Who?
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Who might move to Chicago? Oh no, that's Talia. Why do you ask the town where I grew up? It's right outside of Chicago. Where? Yeah. I don't think Talia will like Chicago. Chicago is great. It has all the things that Los Angeles and New York have, except the crowds and the high prices. She doesn't know anyone there though. I could introduce her to some people, most of the friends. Which? Which I went to school? I don't know.
We're talking about people, right?
So it's who? But no.
We can use who in singular and plural.
Okay, yeah. Who I went to school with? We need to put everything right. Was there anything you didn't like about Chicago? Not much. Well, one thing that I really disliked about Chicago was the weather. That bad, huh? Yeah, really. I decided to leave the year when it snowed in May. Yeah.
That.
When? It's not within me. Yeah. Well, I guess Talia is the one who should be talking to you about Chicago. If she accepts the job, there I her to talk to you. Cool. But thanks. Can I have your number? Sure. Here's a number at the club where I work. Yes.
Okay, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Pearson is having a bad day.
Oh
Not only me.
no.
It should be saved. It should be saved. Give me just a second. It does this once in a while. Why? I have no idea, but it does it. Okay, so let me show you the answers. Okay, so no, number one, who might move to Chicago? Where? That. And who? I went to school. Okay. What? That I really disliked. Okay. When it snowed in May, who should be talking to you about Chicago? Oops. And where I work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we did good.
Yes.
Do you need to take a picture about this?
Okay. Yes.
You see, using relative pronouns at this moment and talking about adjective clauses for you is normal.
Yeah.
Because you already had the opportunity to live in the States and use these tools.
Yes.
It's very good. And now it makes it simple. What we're doing, we're just doing some fine adjustments on how to use the relative pronouns and the options that you have. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So let me go into another grammar section, okay?
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, sorry. So auxiliary verbs for emphasis. We spoke about auxiliary verbs as a tool for questions. Now we are using auxiliary verbs to show emphasis in a statement or just to reassure us that something is correct or incorrect. Let's talk about this in detail. You ready?
Yes.
We often use auxiliary verbs for emphasis to give something special importance. Auxiliary verbs include the verbs do, be, and have, and modals like can, could, should, and will. A lot of people didn't believe Nick, but he was telling the truth.
Okay. Any questions?
No.
Okay. Number two.
If the sentence already has an auxiliary verb, we emphasize it by putting more stress on it when we speak. When we put stress on a word, we make it longer and stronger. Hey, Nick, you should see this commercial.
I have seen it.
Did you know that Talia was offered a job in Chicago?
No, I didn't know that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Any questions?
No.
No questions?
Nope.
Okay, that's good. 3.
If the sentence does not have an auxiliary verb, we use the auxiliary do, does, or did for emphasis. Notice that the base form of the verb always follows do, does, or did.
Too bad you don't like soccer.
I do like soccer.
Okay.
It seems like just yesterday.
It does seem like yesterday.
Any questions?
No.
I guess things worked out for Jackie.
And for you too. You did score the winning goal.
Only remember, if you're using the past tense of do, don't forget that the verb, you don't need to use it in the simple past, okay?
Yes.
If the main verb in the sentence is be, we can emphasize it in the same way. Nick was innocent.
Okay.
We emphasize things for many different reasons. One reason is to agree with something someone has said. It seems like it was just yesterday when you asked me to turn up the volume.
Yeah, in a way it does seem like just yesterday.
We also use emphasis when we disagree with something.
It's too bad that Talia is moving to Chicago.
She isn't moving to Chicago. She's staying at Newsline.
Okay. Any questions?
No.
Okay. Now let's jump into some exercises. Just a second. Okay. So complete the dialogue, drag and drop the answer into the correct blank.
Okay. Remember that I need to tell you that she saw Jackie Bishop TV. I do. I do remember it. I remember it well. It really seems like yesterday. It does seem like yesterday. But so much has happened since then. Have you heard that Jackie got a part in the space commercial? I don't know. Maybe the next one. She's kind of silly. She does look silly, doesn't she? She does look. You seem a little depressed, Talia. I am a little depressed. I miss Nick. Why don't you call him? I did call him as soon as I have. No, I will. We call him as soon. Yeah.
What about this one?
Did hurt here. Okay.
Okay, are you ready?
Yes. It's I have, right?
Yes.
Because she didn't see.
That's correct. Because if you had the option to use here, I mean did, you would have to use here in the simple present.
Yeah.
I did hear,
Yes.
right? And the
Yes.
basic.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So let's try something else. Complete each dialogue, type the correct form of the verb be or an auxiliary verb for emphasis into the blank. Okay.
I thought you say that Talia called you. She does call me, but she obviously didn't tell me everything. No, she did call me.
Because it's in the past, right?
Yeah. Well, it seems like everything has worked out. It does seem that way. I told you to be optimistic. You know, we should celebrate tonight. I agree. We have celebrate. Perfect, but we but we will need no. We I don't know. 1 second. We I don't know. Well, the next one. By the way, have you seen Jackie commercial? I did. No. I I do. Yes, I think so. I do seen it times when it used to seem very angry at her. I am angry at her. Okay. But she helped poor parents. She does help. I suppose I should be grateful. The true. I don't know. Okay, I think so. That I don't know. Hi.
Oh, can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can
Okay.
hear you.
So in this case, for example, we should celebrate tonight. I agree. We should celebrate. Any ideas? Number 4, how about Valentinos? Perfect. We what? Oops. We need, do, does, or did when the sentences do not have an auxiliary verb. So, but we do need reservations, okay? Because we're talking about something that is going to happen in the future
Mm-hmm.
or is coming.
Okay.
Yes. By the way, have you seen Jackie's commercial? I have seen it. Because it's telling you here, Daniela, you have
Mm-hmm.
you have should.
Okay.
But she helped prove your innocence. She what? You need do, does, or did when the sentence does not have an auxiliary verb. But in this case, are you talking about the past or the present?
Past.
The past. So what is the answer?
She did.
Yes. Tricky, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll show you the answer so that you can take a picture.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Auxiliary verbs are easy, but you need to follow a sequence.
Mm-hmm.
That's the tricky part. And last but not least, guess what? Phrasal verbs.
Yeah.
Has worked out, has paid off, has won Talia over. So we're going to do a review. Are you ready?
Yes.
Phrasal verbs are verbs that have two parts, a verb plus a particle. Turn out is a phrasal verb. Turn is the verb. Out is the particle. The particle looks just like a preposition, but it is actually one part of this two-part verb. The particle often changes the meaning of the verb. Let me know how things turn out. In the example, turn out means have a particular result. As you can see, the verb turn plus the particle out has a completely different meaning from the verb turn by itself.
Yes. And not only that, the particle is the one that gives the direction of the verb. Turn in, turn out, turn up, turn down. You know.
Mhm.
2.
Some phrasal verbs are inseparable. This means that the two parts, verb and particle, always stay together. When an inseparable phrasal verb has an object, the object always comes after the two parts of the verb.
What do you think of the commercial?
What do I think of it? I think it's ridiculous. In the conversation, the noun, the commercial, and the pronoun it are objects of the verb think of. Both noun and pronoun objects always come after an inseparable phrasal verb.
Okay.
Mhm.
Any questions?
Mhm.
Remember, some phrasal verbs are inseparable. They need to be together. If not, they're not going to make sense.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. That's what they're telling us.
Some phrasal verbs are used with certain prepositions when they have an object. We sometimes call these combinations three-part verbs. Three-part verbs are inseparable.
Things have worked out for you, Nick.
The phrasal verb work out means stop being a problem. We use it with the preposition for when there is an object. We don't use the preposition when there is no object.
Yes, they have worked out.
Okay. Number 4.
Many phrasal verbs are separable. This means that the noun object can come either after or between the two parts of the verb.
I turned down the job. I turned the job down.
Same meaning, right? Okay. 5.
When the object of a separable phrasal verb is a pronoun, a word like him, her, or it must go between the verb and the particle.
Why did you turn down the job?
To move. Okay.
I didn't hear you.
I turned it down because I didn't want to move.
Okay. Can you hear me
Yeah.
now? I think there
Yeah.
was a problem with the internet.
Yeah.
Okay, so yes, when the object of a separable phrasal verb is a pronoun, such as him, her, or it must go between the verb and the particle. Okay.
Okay.
6.
Remember, we use phrasal verbs a lot, especially in conversation. Phrasal verbs are often more common than their definitions. For example,
I ran into my cousin yesterday.
is more common than
I met my cousin by accident yesterday.
Okay.
Mhm.
Any questions?
No.
Okay, let's do some work. And this one is fairly easy, okay? It's a warm-up.
Okay.
So review of phrasal verbs. Rearrange the words in each box to complete each sentence. Type them into the blank.
I can see.
Not yet?
Not yet.
There. No?
No.
Mm-hmm. So let me previous one. Now?
No.
Really?
Mhm.
Now? Can you see the screen? Yeah. Can you hear me? Can you see my screen? Hello.
Oh, sorry. Yes, I can see.
Okay. So let's do this.
Is ran into her. Mm. Work out for us. I turn it up. Mhm. Even though she even though she went alone with the scheme to frame Nick. Yes, I am really glad she turned down them. Turned them down. Oh, okay. It's he. Well, I think Nick is taking her out for dinner. Yeah.
You ready?
Mhm.
Awesome.
Yay.
No problem, right?
Mhm.
Okay. So for the last part, let's discuss a little bit of pronunciation. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go into this.
Most phrasal verbs have two parts, a verb and a particle, as in work out. Sometimes the particle is followed by a preposition, as in catch up on. Most phrasal verbs have stress on the particle, as in the phrasal verbs shown in purple. Some phrasal verbs have stress on the verb, as in the phrasal verbs shown in blue. But when a phrasal verb has a noun object, such as keep your voice down, the noun usually has the main stress, as in the examples shown in orange. Listen to these lines based on the dialogue. Notice the phrasal verbs shown in purple and blue, and the noun objects shown in orange.
Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Let me know how things turn out. Why don't you call her up?
I guess things have worked out for her.
Talia, Nick is looking for you.
Could you turn the volume down?
I turned down the job.
Okay, so when you have a noun, you stress the noun, okay?
Yeah.
And some phrasal verbs have stress on the verb, okay?
Yes.
But most phrasal verbs have stress on the particle. It depends. We have examples here with the stress on the particle, 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 particle. And phrasal verb on the noun, on the verb, I'm sorry. And then we have the noun, verb, particle. So teacher, how do we know the difference? Okay. Mainly when you don't, when the most common phrasal verbs that we use when we have a particle up or down. So we know for sure the stress is there. But when we have particles such as for, it, And you know the stress is going to happen mostly in the verb. For the third option, when you have a noun, well, you have to stress the noun, period. That's the way it is.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes.
Now let's go into another grammar section. Sorry, pronunciation section.
We pronounce the letters in blue with the single sound as in turn. We pronounce the letters in purple as a blend of two sounds, a vowel plus the sound as in car or here. Listen to these words from the dialogue. Notice the sound shown in blue and the vowel plus sounds shown in purple.
You ready?
Mhm.
Work.
Perfect.
Turn.
Heard.
Commercial.
Start.
More.
Care.
There.
Here.
Okay. The sound.
Mhm.
Like, okay. And you know this one, okay? You know this rule. All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's all for my behalf today, ma'am. Sorry about
Oh,
the noise. My neighbor is just working.
no, I didn't hear.
Oh yeah, he's been noisy since the morning. So I'm about
Um,
to throw water to him. Nah, just kidding.
no, don't be mean.
No, I won't. I'm just kidding. And before we go, could you help me with the daily survey?
Mhm. Mm, yes.
Okay. And there's another one before we go, of course. And I'll keep in touch with you so that we can continue our studies, okay?
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a nice trip. Bye-bye.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.